Damn,
We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another segment of the quarantine edition of Better Things to Do podcast. It is your boy JZ Prods, King _ Yuli, and No Soul _. We're gonna roll out the intro and then we're gonna get right into it. I feel like my goal is to at some point do the intro as like an auctioneer, and then roll out the intro. I want to be able to talk that fast one day.
Get to stepping, dude. Say something you're gonna always say.
See, like, why
Roll
did
the
I
intro.
feel it?
Roll the intro.
Why did I feel it?
Yeah. See, like at that speed, but I want to be able to say quarantine edition. Yeah, I can't say it. It's too much. It's too much. I need to work on it.
Fine.
But Yuli's got a guitar.
Yeah,
Are you-
dude, look at I'm a rock star.
Are you gonna play a CAMPFIRESONG?
Song.
C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song.
There you go.
Not the right key, but you know. But yeah, dude, look at it. Look at this bad boy. We got ourselves right here. Michiel, Model M02. It's the 6-string guitar out here. The way you can tell if you have a good guitar is by the pumps, because you know when you're on stage rocking out, if the motion's there, then you know you got yourself a baddie. And mine is technological. I don't know if you can see that.
Everything you're doing offends me as a guitar player.
Bro,
Everything you're doing offends me as a non-guitar player.
look at this.
What is that for?
So it's a built-in tuner.
Okay.
So when I saw it on offer like guitar with built-in tuner, I was like, like what would that mean? Cause I saw on the picture just these knobs, and they said bass, middle, and treble. I was like, I thought those was an equalizer, not like tuner. So then when I met with the guy, he was like, hey, so what is the built-in tuner? And he pressed the button, and then I saw like A, and then like flat and sharp. I was like, oh shit, it's an actual just a tuner. So now.
What are you gonna play for us?
Okay, so I've watched one video of a basic guitar, like beginners, whatever, tutorial. And in the video, they taught us 2 chords. So we got ourselves a nice E major chord, and then an A major. So I'm gonna prepare. I've prepared.
Just for reference,
Just let it be.
all we heard was.
No.
Oh really?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, just,
Do I have to get in there?
maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you planning to do a regular guitar pick, a finger pick, or straight up finger style?
At the moment, straight up finger. Because I don't got a picks. Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna be strumming right now, but with my thumb. Right? Is that the way to do it?
That's the newbie way. It's the beginner way to do it. Yes. So you're following tradition,
There we go, dude.
and you're even strumming the way I'd expect you to.
How would I? Oh no, I could go like this. I've been using my nails like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so I've been doing that. Okay, so I prepared a song.
With 2 chords?
2
I
chords.
mean, that's most music nowadays, I guess.
2 chord song.
Burn.
Ready? Let me get in. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah.
I like. Your mic is not picking up any of that.
Oh fuck.
Get closer. Get closer.
Okay.
I just see you doing.
I see the movement, but I hear nothing.
I see the movement. I see the emotion. I don't
Got the
hear nothing.
guitar face, the stank
Yeah,
face, but
you have
no
that.
sound.
You have the Tom Hines face.
Oh, dude. Yeah, if you know, you know. Okay. Okay, wait. Actually, I think this might help.
There it is.
Okay, I had noise suppression on my Discord. Okay, ready? What? Start all over? Okay. Okay, ready?
Bro, your mic is not picking up anything. Here,
All I hear is all I hear is step.
how about this? How about this?
Wait.
So we can show the people your guitar skills. You can record a little video after that, and you can send it to me, and I'll edit it in.
All right.
And
Because
then
again, we're getting all the visuals, but not the audio.
yes, we want to hear the audio, but we can't.
Okay. But yeah, dude, I had a banger, dude.
You know, I've actually been wanting to like buy a guitar too, because I've been able to at least pick up most instruments and be able to do something with it. Like a trumpet, I've been able to blow through it and play some notes. A trombone, I mean, that's like easy. There's no fingerings. You could just like easy. I've been able to make noise with most things, but guitar, I've never really able to like string chords together. Like I can play like one, and that's it. But I can't go from chord to chord. So I want to buy a guitar, and I want to like work on being able to play guitar. It's the one instrument that's kicked my ass.
It hurts because
Yeah.
you don't have calluses on your fingers.
Yes,
Yeah.
The
that
more you play, you get calluses.
I remember when I started playing it, my fingers got purple.
Yep.
At the tip.
I'm feeling it already, Mr. Krabs. They're coming. I'm getting
It's a
them
steel
here.
string, right?
Was that?
It's a steel string, right?
Yes. Because there's the nylon strings. He had a nylon string, like that exact one, but in black with the nylon. I was like, I know, pussy. Give me that good. And I got the big boy.
I don't think you understand the difference between a nylon string and a steel string.
Yeah, isn't the nylon ones like the plasticky ones?
Yeah, but it doesn't make you pussy.
I know.
It's a
It's
different.
just, but like I feel like
You make it seem like no, I went the deep end and I got the steel. If anything, I think the steel string's easier. Personally,
I'm a beginner.
because
too.
you get more grip. The nylon strings are harder to maneuver. And the nylon strings you typically is straight up like thumb on the low strings, and then you use these three fingers for the high strings. So it's actually way harder. Because have you seen like all the Spanish guitar like?
Oh yeah. Dude,
That's all nylon strings.
Really? I didn't know that.
I love those guys.
Huh.
That's harder.
Yeah, dude. I had when I was going to LACM. We in my what class was that? Like Afro Latin culture,
Afro-Cuban.
history. Maybe, but it was like one of those classes, and for 1 week, we were learning about like Spanish guitars, and our teacher brought in like an actual Spanish dude and do like not flamenco, but what would you call that Spanish? I guess it would, no? Like flamenco, like
I guess.
Prague.
yeah.
Fucking Yuli's like that Spanish. Like,
So that's what it sounds like. Until they start going all fast. But then they brought in the girl, dude, and she was like dancing to it.
she was like shuffling.
It's funny how they have those like the little metal tips on the bottom of the feet.
Oh yeah.
So they can
Well,
like
they had something like that on the guitar too. Like
Yes.
it was like little metal picks or something. So when they like are
Those are finger picks.
fingering it, yeah.
Or you can go hardcore and just use your like long nails. So a lot of guitarists have like long nails on one hand.
on just one specifically.
Yeah, because
I'm
the other
still-
hand for like on the fretboard. Personally, I hate having nails
Hmm.
because then I can't like the nails prevent me from really like getting a hold of the guitar.
Yeah, I'm too much of a nail biter to be able to keep my nails.
That's why most if you see most guitars, like one hand will have like a bunch of long nails. It looks like they do cocaine on each finger, and they're like, "All right, let's get started."
I thought cocaine and guitars went hand in hand.
What?
There
You
you
do
go.
each one, and then the one on the guitar.
So wait, am I doing this wrong? Is that why?
No, you gotta figure. You gotta learn chords first,
Okay.
and then you can move on to cocaine.
Nice.
That's lesson like number 3.
Nice.
You can get a book and it says lesson 1 E major, lesson 2 A minor, lesson 3 cocaine. That's all you need.
And then after I could play, like, oh, with the cocaína song, I could play the. It's cocaína.
See, I like where your head's at. Just like elongate how long it's gonna take you to actually get there.
Well, these guys' videos is he says in 10 days I can master the guitar. So
I'm gonna tell you right now, whoever told you that is bullshit. 10 days, my
so
ass.
what if I could do it?
In 10 days, master the guitar in 10 days is bullshit.
Master, dude.
Do you know that there's like doctorates in guitars, and they still learn more shit? You telling me in 10 days?
Well, look at
Dude,
not
they basically just sold you Herbalife, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if you had like Herbalife behind you too.
Like, dude, if Aang can master the 4 elements in one summer, I can master the guitar in 10 days.
See, there you go.
Peasy.
There you go again, dude, with your fucking TV shows. There you go again.
Like, dude, like I said, life imitates art, or what? Art imitates life. I'm telling you. There's
just
a thing.
An exaggeration of life.
It's still life, though.
Is it? I don't think it is.
It's just a little more crazier. Imagine just like zooming in more.
To what?
To life.
You sound like someone I know, and I can't say their name because I'm not gonna out them like that. But what you're telling me is a whole lot of donkey shit.
Oh, is it who I think it is?
Yeah. You're like giving me very profound philosophical answers, but at the same time telling me nothing.
Dude, that's how you gotta live life sometimes. Don't think too hard.
You gotta think a little bit at least.
About what percent do you think you should be thinking at all times?
Enough to get you.
It's not a percentage.
Or just enough to like get you to be like, you know what? That's a good idea, or that's a bad idea. If you could think just that much, you're
what percent is that?
Well, I mean, if you thought that percentage, wouldn't you know not that you can't master the guitar in 10 days?
That sounds like a good idea to me. So I think I could do it.
I think you should up the percentage up a little bit.
So do some cocaine.
Just skip the cocaine.
Just get there, dude, and I'll go from the 1%. I'll shoot up to like 75.
Yeah, once you get to the cocaine, the guitar works itself out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like talking about like drugs and guitar, like a lot of like rock and roll when I first started. I think that's how they did it. They skipped to like learning the guitar, and they went straight to psychedelics, and then they were like, Stairway to Heaven.
Isn't that don't quote me on this. There's
I never quote you on anything.
Thank you. There was a trumpet player, and he locked himself like in a cabin just so he could like master it, but he was like, you know what, this ain't working, and he's like, and he did it hella fast. So, I think it's.
What are you talking about?
That there's a guy who like was like, you know what? I'm gonna lock myself in this cabin and do nothing but practice. And by the end of that session, he was like, I'm not where I want to be. So he's like, all right, let me do some of this. And he did it, and he got to where he wanted to be that fast. So I don't know if he was
Now,
just like high the whole time. He was like, this sounds good.
what
Or,
what kind of drugs was it?
I'm assuming like la cocaine.
Well, that shit doesn't make you. That shit makes you like, let's do it. That's like the ultimate rebel.
Well, John Coltrane, when
I think that's what I'm talking about.
John Coltrane, when he started his musical enlightenment, he was heavily under the influence of heroin.
Yeah, that's a drug that I wouldn't recommend.
Wait, which one's that one?
John Coltrane, tenor saxophone player.
No, heroin. I know who.
With heroin is
Okay.
the one that you inject.
Okay. Not to out ourselves if we are, but all right. So there's, because I'm not about drugs like that, so I don't really know what they actually are, to be honest. So crack, that's like actual rocks, and you just snort it, right? You powder it, and you just
You can also smoke it.
and you can smoke it. Okay, so now, so crack, but isn't crack cocaine? So is crack and cocaine the same thing?
Crack is a poor man's cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ghetto cocaine. So, if cocaine would be something celebrities get, crack would be something a homeless guy would get.
Mm.
And
Okay.
legally, if you get caught with crack, you do more time than if you were to be caught with cocaine.
Really? Why is that? What's the distinction?
I guess it's
So it's like
some of that systemic racism kind of deal. Because if you're a celebrity and you get caught with the good stuff, you don't do as much time as if you were a poor minority getting caught with the cheap stuff.
okay. So now
It's
which
really
one will get
like
you?
Isn't that just having
it's
a good
really-
lawyer?
no, that's just how the law is. It's not a negotiation.
Wait, so is that because one of them gets you more fucked up than the other?
No,
do they
I
have
think it's
both equal effect?
I think literally it's literally a class thing for in that case.
Oh, okay. So
I
now,
don't think
now,
there's really any other distinction besides it's just like what would be a good like you would do more time getting caught with a McDouble than if you would be getting caught with like a Gordon Ramsay burger. And I think from what I remember it's mainly just it's literally like one of the examples of like the class type of thing. So if you were gonna do that kind of drug, get cocaine
interesting.
because you
Okay.
you would do more time with crack.
So now, crack cocaine. That's like one. So now heroin, is that like a whole different like thing?
Yeah.
So is
Yep.
that which one did Walter White do?
Meth.
What was he? Oh, so that's okay. So now, crack, heroin, meth. Is that right? Like they're all three different things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because like crack, yeah, you can smoke it. Cocaine, as far as I know, you just snort it primarily, or you put it in your gums.
Yeah.
For
Yeah. Crack can be smoked and snorted, and then cocaine is sniff or in your gums.
And then heroin is
Injection.
injected.
If you
Is that the one? That's the one you have to heat up on the spoon?
yeah, if you snort heroin, you can overdose, like, instantly.
Interesting.
And then meth, I
Okay.
think, can be snorted and also smoked.
You could go the legal way and just do like whippets.
But they made that a whole separate thing, right? Because before it was just the aerosol cans you would like snort or
I
breathe
mean, you
in,
can get whipped cream.
or whipped cream. Dude, remember
Allegedly.
that one
Allegedly.
customer that came into.
You can get whipped cream cans allegedly, and do that.
Dude,
You get
don't act
whipped
like in
cream?
middle school you weren't in.
Instead of like, because typically what you do with whipped cream is you tip it upside down, then do the shit. But in that case, you would just have it up, That way, when you squeeze it, all that it releases is the chemicals in there.
Mm-hmm.
You go, and then you just do our regular marching band breathing exercise. You go the.
Hold it. Hold it. Let it go.
And you'd be high as fuck.
Dude.
There's another thing. I don't know. Huffing. I think is what it's called. You put like paint thinner in a bag and you breathe it in.
Oh,
Whoa.
a lot of
didn't-
people in Mexico do that because
I've never
I think
heard
it's
of
called.
that one.
I think that's what it's called. Huffing.
paint thinner is very like cheap.
Dude, just get a Sharpie. And you're right there.
You can do that too. You can do that too. Sharpie, glue,
Glue.
glue, expo markers.
Huh. I never heard of glue.
Yeah, it's a thing that it's an adhesive. Usually use it to stick stuff on. You can breathe it in and it'll get you high.
Listen, Baboso.
You probably know the brand Elmer. It's this
Elmer
white
Foot.
sticky substance.
It has a
Not
little
the
cow
one you
on
think
it.
it is. Yeah, it's a cow. I actually never knew what it
It's
was.
a cow. It's a little cow.
It's a bull, no?
It's a cow.
Yeah, like a bull.
It's a thing with horns. And
Yeah,
it might moo.
I thought it was like a bad guy from the Power Rangers.
What?
It's a Power Rangers bad guy, isn't it?
No, he's the.
I
black one.
always remember looking at it and not knowing what it was.
Let's see.
Wait, but then speaking
I
of
don't know what
glue, did you guys ever get glue and like squeeze it in your hand and just go like that?
Yeah, it's a cow.
It's a cow?
It's a cow. 100.
What the fuck? I don't remember it being a cow at all. That's weird.
Yes.
It's a weird mascot to have for glue.
Maybe because it looks
Not
like
good.
milk.
Dude,
And that's
Cow.
promoting the wrong idea when the kids are eating it.
Maybe that's why they eat it.
Because they think it's milk. They see a
Dude.
cow?
no, it's
Wow.
because cows hold down this world. They are the glue to which hold down humanity. So that's why.
So is that why there's like non-dairy alternatives now?
I would say that's
Exactly.
carbon, but because
Or gravity.
literally everything is made out of carbon. But you know, tomato,
And
tomato.
why is there bad carbon?
Wait, what?
Then why is there bad carbon?
What's bad carbon?
Carbon dioxide,
Carbon dioxide.
carbon monoxide,
Carbon
carbon,
monoxide is also decent.
carbon. My mom's ride, carbon. In the night, like all these things, like
Need
inside
for
joke.
speed, carbon.
Carbon.
Well,
Yeah. Carbon fiber. Hoods.
Carbon for your grill.
see, look at, just give me the good.
I don't.
Wait a
I don't
minute.
like your logic.
Cause look at, cause there's
Not
right.
very
We breathe in oxygen and then we exhale carbon, right?
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah. So when we hold our
So in your
breath,
mind, that's bad.
huh?
In your mind, is that bad? Is carbon dioxide bad?
Only because we can't like keep it in together. Cause maybe that's
Yeah,
why
but
fish.
Okay, where were
Maybe
you?
that's why.
Okay,
Fish. Wait, no, we're onto something.
Wait,
Look at,
back it up. Back it up. Okay, start again,
How many-
Yuli. Start again, Yuli.
Okay,
You lost
okay.
me.
You know what? Let's not interrupt the man. Just
Yeah,
say
yeah.
what you need. What you need to say, and we'll dissect it.
Cameras on
Say
you.
what
Cameras on
need
you.
to say.
Cameras
Okay.
on you.
Fish. They're in the water because water is made of hydrogen and oxygen. So they're not breathing or I guess they're breathing hydrogen, two of them, and one oxygen. they're breathing it, right? With their gills, they suck it in, but then they don't let it out because there's no carbon. Since the hydrogen cancels out the oxygen when you inhale it, it doesn't create carbon. So, if it were to rain, have you guys ever noticed when it rains, you could breathe a little better?
A little what?
When it rains, don't you notice that you could like take bigger breaths? You could breathe a little better. It just goes in and out, it flows. That's because the two hydrogens falling down, it cancels out the carbon. But when it's all dry, you get like it gets hard to breathe. Now there's just too much oxygen. Now that creates a lot of carbon. Cause look at when you hold your breath, we can't hold our breath because of all the carbon that chemically reacted in my throat. So what I'm trying to say is we should get water, vaporize it so it turns into air, and we breathe that air. Thoughts?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we need to reallocate funds from the police and up them into our public education system.
Listen,
wait.
That doesn't make sense.
Keep in mind, everyone who's listening / watching. This man is the one that has the bachelor's degree in this group. Okay, he has an actual degree. Out of the three of us, this man has a degree.
It's over there, dude. So look at that. Makes me qualified on what I'm saying right now. Look at, we need to get all the water in the world, even the bad ones, vaporize it, or condensate it. No, that's not what we're looking for. Evaporate it, so it turns from water into smoke, steam. Into air, steam, and we breathe in that because the water won't turn into carbon when we breathe it in.
Now, I like everything you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I am on board with every single.
I'm about solutions.
I'm with every frequency you've just uttered. Now, if we reduce the amount of carbon that we breathe out, what do we do with all our plants?
We water them more.
I'm sure you know, as a man with a bachelor's degree and a 2-time geography champion, you would know that plants need carbon dioxide to, work, and then they breathe out oxygen
to photosynthesize.
So we just water them more.
Oof, easy solutions, bro. Just water them more.
We give them more H2O.
But they still don't have any carbon. They need carbon.
See, carbon dioxide is to plants what oxygen is for us.
So let's just get more plants.
Wait, what?
No more plants?
No, let's get more plants.
But how if they don't have any carbon to begin with?
They can't reproduce.
According to your plan. How do we do that?
They can't continue. They can't continue their cycle of life if there is a lack of carbon.
Dude, it's time to switch up the cycle. Let's mix it up.
All right. So what how do we mix it up?
This is Yuli's official entry for Congress 2020.
There has to be something else that provides us with oxygen. It can't just be plants.
That's true. You know what? I'm tired of this bigoted system too. We're oxygen oppresses us. If there's no oxygen, bro, we just die. Like, what the fuck is the problem with that? Like, dude, like, why can't I just put a bag over my head and live? Like, I should be able to do that. Why can't I just, like, close myself in the closet, like a vacuum sealed closet, and just live? Why can't I just do that? Why can't I just, like, take a jump and be able to take the O off the two H's from the water and just not drown?
And look
I'm tired of this oppression.
We also need to make food that doesn't make us gassy.
There you go, bro.
Because that's just wasted oxygen that we fart out.
See, methane.
So we could have kept that.
Wait. But I know Jack knows, but Yuli, what you're saying is we fart out oxygen.
Dude, that's wasted air that we could have kept in our body, made us breathe.
Wait. Let me just clarify. What you're saying is we fart out oxygen. That's what you're saying.
Wait, what else would it be? Carbon?
So you're saying we fart out oxygen, correct?
Just far more.
Just confirm it for me that we fart out oxygen. Is this correct?
Nah,
Are you
I'm in a
endorsing this sentiment? Because that's what you just said.
Wait,
I'm
don't
in a
Google.
place of self doubt.
Why are you doubting yourself? You have all the answers. I'm just confirming what you just said. You're saying that we fart out oxygen, correct? Can you confirm
Dude,
this?
I'm not under oath. I'm plead the fifth.
So then, why would I believe any of what you're saying if you can't confirm that we do or do not fart oxygen?
Listen, I'm giving options. I'm not demanding anything. I'm just laying out different
Also, you're
options.
giving me alternative facts.
Alternative ways of living.
Sounds like fake news to me.
It does.
Why do you think vegans think they live longer? Because
Why?
they're eating more plants, more oxygen.
Do they though?
That's what they think.
Cite your sources.
That's what they think.
I need a
I'm
works
saying
cited page.
Look, I'm saying we should eat stuff that are really, really thin, that don't have a lot of fat, but like can blow up, that could be really big. So
Like what? Like what?
Like puffer fish. Puffer fish, they're really, really like
Puffer
when they're small, they're really thin, right? But then when
Is
they
that
get
not
scared,
What was it? What is it called? Fugu or whatever?
Yes.
yeah.
You do know that kills you, right?
But look at that's because you're not you know, you're
What am I
not
not
handling them right.
What do you mean? What's the proper way to handle
How are
it?
you supposed to handle them?
Yeah.
You ever get your dog and like
I don't like.
there's just-
I don't like the beginning of that sentence.
I don't-
I don't like the
like,
beginning
I
of
don't
that
like the fact that
sentence.
you said
Let
you have
me-
never done your
let
dog
me-
and doing this motion with it.
I don't like
Look,
the
not a
beginning
fan
of
of
that sentence.
you ever get your dog and then you go right under the chin when he's like, ooh, yes, and you like it like stimulates him, and then he's just in the vibe. Same thing with the pufferfish. There's a certain spot you just you
I love stimulating
caress
my
them,
dogs.
stimulate them.
So you eat them as they're already. You eat them while they're puffed up.
I'm saying, either if you want the more benefit, eat them when they're puffed up, because look, they're thin. There's not a lot of like fat, but when you puff them up, that's more area. That's more. It's a bigger perimeter that you can eat. So it's less volume, but more. Not mass, right? What would it be? Less volume, more. You get what I'm saying, right?
I don't.
No, oh, come on.
I don't.
Think like a balloon, right? You see how much like space it could take when it inflates, but like how thin the layer is.
Mm-hmm.
So you get more because you can inflate it. So that's like a big like. I don't know the terminology.
So what you're saying is, we should eat puffer fish because it's small, but
Small.
it can expand.
It can expand, so it's still the same. You know, like when you eat like a chip, but sometimes you like to break one chip in half so you have more to eat.
Wait, do you have more to eat, or did you just elongate the process of eating?
You have more to eat.
No, you
'Cause
don't.
now you
No.
have more pieces. You have more pieces.
It's still the
It's
same.
the same amount.
That's what you think.
No. What you think is that there's more.
To you.
No. To you.
To you.
No. So what you're saying is fuck with your own head. Because you're saying we should eat puffer fish because they have less fat. Is that right?
If you have 8 ounces
Yes.
of steak,
Right?
if you have 8
Uh-huh.
ounces of steak, and you
Uh-huh.
cut it exactly down the middle,
Uh-huh.
do you now have 16 ounces of steak, or do you have 2 pieces of 4?
2 pieces of 4. But now you have
So you
two
still have-
pieces.
Oh, but you still have 8 ounces.
But it's still the
Yeah,
same amount.
but How do I explain this?
You can't. That's why.
No, it is. You guys are not on my wavelength. I thought were on the same frequency, and you guys are not thinking like
I'm
extra.
glad I'm not on your same wavelength.
Dude, you're missing out, dude. Look at how much
Am I?
Look at it.
Wait. Before you go to there, okay. You said puffer fish. Eat that because there's less fat.
Yes. So
right?
small. Okay, so think this right. Small in size.
Mm-hmm.
The skin is really all there is. The skin.
Okay.
So that's a thin layer.
Well,
it expands. So now you have more of a space, but it's still the same little fish. Now it's just more.
Now, does that take into account the fact that most pufferfish contain this little thing called tetrodotoxin?
Yeah, and that's where you come to look at it. You still have. I know it's poisonous. You still have to either get the fancy chef to cut it up for you, serve it up.
You didn't say that.
But I said you have to stimulate it, so you can do it yourself. It's just.
What do you mean stimulated? How do you get rid of the poison by stimulating it?
Your dog.
What?
What are you talking about?
Dude, don't you ever come home from work? You're in this toxic mentality because work was such stressed out. You go to your dog, you stimulate your dog, and you get relief because look how happy you made him, and now look how happy it made you.
Just by scratching your dog, it becomes less poisonous. Is that what you're saying?
Because it neutralized.
I don't think you realize that the pufferfish toxin is not like a toxic boyfriend. It's like an actual poison. You can't just rub its belly and expect for the poison to come out.
You still have to. It's because look at, you're not neutralizing the boyfriend, dude. Neutralize him, dude.
Wait,
how do you stimulate the boyfriend?
I mean, that's up to the girlfriend, dude.
I don't want to know how you stimulate the boyfriend.
Look at it.
No, I don't want to look at it.
Do you also get home?
No.
Look at it. Every time I come work from a stress day and I'm in this poison.
You come work
mentality. I come work. Every time I come work, dude.
Come work? Is that what you're doing?
Is that the stimulation?
Is that the stimulation?
And then I'm in a toxic, poisonous mentality.
Okay.
Stimulate my dog, pet him in his chin. He gets happy. It makes me happy, and that neutralizes all the poison toxic.
I don't like.
Same theory applies to the pufferfish.
No.
You have to.
It does not, because in one example, you're removing the toxicity is a mental thing.
Mm-hmm.
The toxicity in a pufferfish is very physical. It is very real.
Okay, it is a chemical.
There's another
chemical.
There's another physical toxic thing that could be within us. So when you have an itch, right, and you scratch it, you're neutralizing the toxic whatever was in our body that was making it itch. Now you scratch it, neutralize it, and now the toxins are gone. You feel relieved. It's neutralized. Same thing with the fish. The only thing that's why it's poisonous is because there's no back scratchers in the ocean. It can't reach back there. So that's why it needs us to help it stimulate it, neutralize it. Once it does, it gets relieved. Think of it like when a skunk gets scared, it farts the cloud of stank, right? Or when a camel gets mad, it spits at you. Same thing but look at, they're not always full of spit, or the skunk is not always full of juice. It's a reaction. Same thing with the pufferfish. It only gets poisoned when it inflates, when it gets scared, when it's in defensive mode. That's when you stimulate it. You
I
gotta show it that you're its friend.
So
Right?
what you're
You
saying
guys
is
need
that so what you're saying is that basic chemistry you can so stimulation is part of basic chemistry.
yeah.
Mm. So
Look at how.
Question then.
wait. So if I ever get bit by a rattlesnake and then I get
Uh-huh.
that venomous poison in me,
Uh-huh.
do I just have my person stimulate me and then I'll be okay?
Yeah. So then the stimulation is the when he's like sucking your leg to get out the poison.
You
That the stimulation part
you know that's just a
for
movie
that.
myth, right? That doesn't actually
Hmm.
work.
What do you mean? What doesn't work?
Sucking out the blood doesn't actually really work.
You're sucking out the poison, not the
Well,
blood.
you're actually sucking out the blood with the poison, but that doesn't actually help.
2 for 1, dude. It's because you guys were too late. You got to do it as immediate as possible. Or look, you could have prevented it by stimulating the snake, so it wouldn't bite you.
Mm. See,
Come on, dude.
no,
You look at the way you guys drive. The way you guys drive right now is very offensive. You have to drive in defensive mode. You have to be prepared to some lunatic already come and T-bone you. So you always got to be prepared. Same thing with life. Think that that snake is already trying to bite you. So you go in there and you already start to stimulate it. So you'd be like, yo, we're good, right? We're good.
Two things.
Okay.
Two things. One, I'm not gonna out you, but you can't tell me that I'm an offensive driver when you're the one saying it. That's number one. Number two,
I don't know what that's supposed to allege.
all just look at past bills. That's all I'll say. Number two,
My driving record's clean at the moment.
Because it's paid off already.
It's still clean. A
Number-
clean record is a clean record.
number two,
Just because I had to make it clean doesn't mean
Number
that it's not
two.
clean.
number two. What is the point of a fancy chef if what you're saying is you can just stimulate the toxin away from a pufferfish?
You can
What
make a sandwich by yourself at home, or you could go to a restaurant and have some guy make it for you. Same thing. I could do it myself, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to. Let me get this
So you
Japanese.
need a pufferfish sandwich?
I mean,
That's
the way you're gonna eat the fish depends on you. If you want to sandwich it, if you want to fry it, deep dish, no thin crust.
Well,
lo que sea.
you know what I just thought about. Besides
Oh.
like tuna, like in a Subway sandwich, you really don't eat any other fish in sandwiches.
True.
It's always just
Whatever-
like in platters and stuff.
Oh, I've,
It's
I've
like
had a salmon.
whatever like a McFish fillet or whatever that shit's called. Whatever.
Oh, I forgot about those nasty
What
things.
fish is that?
I would say like
I mean,
tilapia.
And it's just like
Probably.
made into
Maybe
a
like
patty.
tilapia. Yeah. Let me see.
Ooh, okay.
They
Can we
stimulate
move on?
tilapia into being breaded or what?
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna change up the whole topic because I remember there was a conversation or something Jack said, and like I'm finna debate it right now. Okay.
Oh wait. Before we continue, the fish in a fish fillet from McDonald's is Alaskan pollock.
Really?
Alaskan pollock, and it's a cool looking fish. I'll put it on the screen for the people.
What is it related to? Or what does it look like?
To fish.
It has these it has some gillies, and it breathes in carbon dioxide from the water.
It actually has 3 fins at the top, like so. It's like a long boy, like right. It's like a pretty long boy. Maybe like let me see. The guy's holding it. Okay, it looks maybe like it's about like yay big.
Uh-huh.
It has like 3 fins. The tail, and then there's like a fin here, fin here, and then the head's like over here, and then it has like 2 fins like under. It's a pretty cool looking fish actually. I've never seen it. But anyway, continue.
Okay. So, the other day I remember this conversation that like me and Jack had or something that he posted, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm onto something. Right. So now it's what is the difference between a burger and a sandwich? Like what makes it different? And I think I finally figured it out.
Okay.
So a sandwich, bread, and a piece of meat. So you can have a steak sandwich, you can have a chicken sandwich or pork sandwich. A burger is whatever meat you want, but it has to be like what's it called?
Ground.
Grounded and like made into a patty. So patty is the specific term here in burgers. It has to be a patty. So that meat has to be patified in between two buns. So we have the petrification of meat in the burgers, and we just have the regular meat in sandwiches. All right. So now the debate will be if you guys think the same way about that, or like what actually classifies a sandwich or a burger.
Um, I think a burger. I think a burger just have. I would just if it has like a ground beef patty, it's a burger.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Literally anything else would be a sandwich. I think
So like a chicken, ground
it's
chicken.
called a chicken sandwich, not a
wait,
chicken burger.
wait. I want to get like the
Mm.
I want to get the rules straight. So you're saying if it's a sandwich, it's like sandwich bread and any meat,
Mhm.
right?
It
If
doesn't
it's
have to be sandwich bread. It just has to be bread.
okay, so bread, and if
Bread.
and for what makes a burger is ground meat.
That's formed into a patty.
Okay, so now let me see. I'll see your bread and your ground beef, and I'll up you a patty melt. What is that?
Patty melt. What's a patty melt?
It's a it's a it's like a patty, a ground beef patty, in like sandwich bread with
Uh-huh.
cheese, and it's melted. Like you melt the cheese on both sides, I believe.
Mm,
It's kind of like a grilled cheese with the patty in it.
then
I mean, I
I will
guess
make it a burger. It's just the way it's prepared.
I feel sandwich is broad, burger is more defined. Just like whatever you constitute buns and a ground beef patty,
Interesting.
and then sandwich is literally anything else.
I can agree with that
Buns,
because
because buns can come in like a bunch of different styles, but it'll always say buns.
I can agree with that because like, right, you have like you can have a like for example, let's see like Burger King, right? Not Burger King, Jack in the Box. They'll have like their jumbo jack, right? It has like burger buns, but it has that patty, ground beef patty. But they use the same buns for their chicken sandwich.
Mhm.
For one of their chicken sandwiches. But that's a sandwich because it has chicken. It's not ground, and you
Mhm.
shouldn't really ground chicken to begin with.
I would.
Um, and then that is a distinction. Yes, I think the ground beef is what makes a burger, and anything else that's not ground is a sandwich.
See, look, I think you guys. I think it has to be ground meat. So I think still ground chicken, like ground turkey or ground pork. If you make it into a patty, then it's still a burger because you have like turkey burgers still. And just because you don't see chicken burgers or like pork burgers, just because they're not a popular thing, doesn't mean that if someone makes it, it's not a burger.
I don't know. I've always thought of like ground chicken as kind of gross
Well, yeah, but
because
if you would
you
ground it,
really gotta cook it.
and you
Because
have to
like
ground it.
a burger, you can leave some pink in it, right? Like
Hmm.
sometimes some restaurants ask you like how much pink do you want. I usually get a lot of pink. Um, but then like chicken, like you really cannot have like a medium rare like chicken patty,
So then we could do what you do with the chicken nuggets, like already cooked, and then they just make it into that mush,
like a
whatever,
paste.
a paste. But then now you just form it into a patty.
Isn't that kind of what like a chicken sandwich is from McDonald's? Because I feel like their pet. Wait, is it? Oh no, they actually have like
Yeah, like
chicken fillets. Yeah,
like grilled chicken.
I don't know why I'm thinking of like a chicken
Like
sandwich.
from high school, like the spicy chicken patties.
No, because
Whatever.
that was actually like a fillet, like a chicken breast, like breaded chicken. But I feel like I've had a chicken sandwich somewhere where it was like a big like a big ass like chicken nugget. No, I just disconnected, so we'll wait for him to
I
come
don't know.
back.
It was like frozen the whole time, but
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Like I've had a like a burger or sandwich of like it was like a big like patty shaped like chicken nugget.
Yeah.
So it's like a paste, but it's made into a chicken nugget kind of thing.
I think from like high school, or even like,
Maybe.
or even the breakfast. The chicken, like when you get the chicken, what's it called? The chicken. Not the McGriddle, the chicken McGriddle.
No, that's still
Like
that's
that.
still that's still like a piece of breast.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cause it tastes kind of patty.
Oh, he's back.
I guess I lost internet.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
at your house?
Like it's like not. It says internet down.
Oh no.
Oof. Okay, at least you found a solution to get back in here.
I got something.
Welcome
Let me
back.
get my headphones real quick.
Yeah.
Alright. But yeah.
I had there's this place where I work at. It's it's a new chicken sandwich shop, and it's really good. Like the chicken was good. It was like a nice, actually like spicy like fried chicken, like piece, kind of like Popeyes. That's what I really like about Popeyes. That Popeyes is actually fried chicken. It's not a breaded chicken patty. It's not a chicken nugget. It's actual fried chicken, which is fucking delicious. I like that. That place is the same, but it's like a nice Cajun taste to it, and it has like Cajun fries, and it's really fucking good. Unfortunately, that place is very fucking disorganized, and it took me 45 minutes to get my order. And I wouldn't have gotten it had I not told the girl, like, hey, I've been waiting for my order. Although I was standing at the counter the whole time, like, I was, like, not there for her. Like,
Right,
I was...
and then when you finally said, like, hey, I'm waiting for my burger, did she give it to you right away?
No. She was still even like, oh, like, what order?
Oh.
She asked me, like, oh, did you order? And I was like, lady, I've been standing here for the past 45 minutes. You took my order. You took my order. That's what was really fucking mind blowing about the whole situation. It's like, how are you gonna take someone's order? 45 minutes pass. They're standing there, the whole 45 minutes, and you still have the audacity to ask them if they ordered.
Like, why are you standing there, sir? I'm gonna need you to leave.
Yeah, it's like I'm not standing here for my pleasure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not here to check you out. I'm not here to just cause the AC. Like, I'm waiting for my fucking food.
He's like, sir, no loitering. Read the time.
But yeah, that was kind of a deal breaker for me to go back to that place.
Wait, what's it called? Is it like a mom and pop, or is it like a
Yeah,
chicken now?
I don't want to say the name. Just because I'm talking
Chicken
shit. Just because I'm talking shit. But it's kind of like a chicken now type of thing. But even then, chicken now is pretty okay. But yeah, it's kind of like a mom and pop shop.
Nice.
But yeah, like the boys that were working in the back, they were boys. They were like straight out of high school. They were the cooks. They were like so unorganized. Like so they had a screen, right? It was like an electronic screen where she would input the orders at the front. It would go to that screen, and then the cooks in the back had another screen, right? And she would move the orders on that screen, like, okay, this is the next one, this is the one after, this is the next one. So she had the control. You know how like at restaurants they had the little papelitos, they had the little string where they would put like the little pins on the papers. It was kind of like that concept, but digital. They were like all over the place. Like the way they were holding the sandwiches was so unappetizing.
They're like gripping it.
They were like gripping it, and they were like, oh, like, is like, you know, like, I don't know, like, is this the sandwich that you were waiting for, or was it this one? I was like, the meat was like flopping around in the sandwich, and I'm like, bro, I don't even want to eat this anymore. And it's like they were just like sometimes one of them like he had like one grip like this, and then the other one with these other fingers he had like two, and I'm like, bro, like what are you doing? It's like there was no like training. It was like, oh shit, we have to open now. Like there started like businesses are starting to open. We have to open. Just get like the first two kids you see and throw them in the back to cook. That's what it felt like, and I was just like, ugh. It redeemed itself a little bit because it was tasty. It was very tasty. It was very much like super like soul food. It redeemed itself a little bit, and I was like, oh fuck. It sucks that it's good because I don't want to come back here.
Well, what was this?
It's a like a mom and pop like chicken sandwich shop that just opened by where I work.
Oh, okay.
And it's tasty as hell. Like it was really good. I enjoyed like the sandwich.
Not the service.
And the service unfortunately was like a 1, maybe a 0.5 out of like 20.
Fuck.
Yeah. But
Yeah, dude.
you know, I think I'll stick to Popeyes.
Yeah, but then just to like sympathize with the kids, just like working at a restaurant where like
Oh, yeah.
when it gets booming, and
Yeah.
then like you're in the kitchen, you're rushing.
Oh,
There
no,
was
I
one
get
day
it.
I remember working there. Because usually when I was there, I was just prep. So like I was like making the salsas. I worked at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
So I was like making the salsas, like cutting the meat, all the like the tortillas and stuff. Um, but one day the head chef's like, "Hey, I need a little help over here. I'm gonna put you on the grill." So there, and usually when I help my mom, like when we have a taqueria, or a taquiza, I'm always the one on the grill, like cooking the meats. So I'm like, okay, I can handle this. I got this. But then you start seeing the tickets coming in, and like, all right, this guy wants 2 tacos the pastor, and then he wants we had like steak fries we can make. So okay, so now I'm gonna make fries, put them in the little thing to fry them. But then we get another order, like okay, now this person wants more fries. So I was like, okay, well, let me just put more fries into this batch, and I'll cook them at the same time. But then you're like, oh wait, now I have to worry about this, and then like wait, now I have to micromanage this, and then now more people want more fries. Like wait, those fries are not done, but like they've been waiting now, and like it's like there's a lot that you have to like pay attention to because
No,
if
yeah.
you like forget about the fries, and the fries all
Definitely.
burnt.
Yeah, definitely. No, and you know, I agree with you. Like I felt sorry for the guys in the back because again they were very young. They were for sure younger than I was, so I felt for them because I felt like they got no proper training. They were just kind of like, all right, do you need a job? Do you need a job? All right, come here. And they were like, all right, just cook. And they were just kind of like, oh, well, what? And because the manager, he was just standing there on his phone. He was like texting, and like yes, the place was packed. So the manager was just kind of standing there on his phone with a thumb up his ass. The girl, she was running back and forth, like taking orders and like telling the guys like, no, this is the order that this was supposed to be. And then like I'm telling you, I got skipped. Like maybe like 7 people got food before me, and then I was distracted too because I was on my phone, and then I was like, wait, I until I realized that people that had gone after me got served. I was like, wait, like, the fuck's my food? And then the girl's like, what food? It's like that scene from Friday where it's like, oh, you got my money? What money? It's kind of like that.
It's like, you got my money. I didn't get my food.
Yeah. So maybe in the future, as they like get better, I'll go back.
By the time you go back, they're gonna have like new kids, and you're gonna get the same thing.
Yeah.
With food, it's hard. One or this one?
That was the worst part. yes.
I can hear it. You want these? like that's how I'm hearing it. I'm hearing like the ASMR version of like flopping around like a burger.
Yes, definitely.
But just to get into like food stuff, like if you're gonna work at a restaurant or like I guess a fast food is kind of different, but like a restaurant, like it's all like I think you should be already like be not passionate or just like know how to like kind of be a home cook before you work at the restaurant because you go in like never cooking or like
Yeah.
knowing anything, like it's over.
Yeah,
Because
I can see that.
I
for
wouldn't do
sure.
it.
yeah, because I went into it mm, like knowing just because like I've always helped my mom. So I knew stuff, but I've never learned like actual terminology or even like certain like actual like the way you're supposed to hold a knife or like the way you're supposed to like put your three like fingers on something and
Yeah,
just
the
you
knuckles.
use your
Yeah, yeah.
knuckle to
Mhm.
like there's like certain like actual technique.
I
But if you
learned
like know nothing, it's
I
hard.
I learned all that from watching Kitchen Nightmares.
Yes, dude.
Like like that show, like although it's like a reality TV show, there was like
Mhm.
like a small like educational aspect of it where it's like, oh no, like you got to do this and you got to do that. And then
Mhm.
just like I watched Gordon Ramsay's like series too, like how to make like certain foods. And I think
Oh, on YouTube?
yes, my favorite
Yeah,
one was
that's my one.
the steak sandwich.
Mhm.
That steak sandwich that he did, that he put it in the oven and then he reverse seared it. Oh, chef's kiss.
Dude.
It looked
My
delicious.
favorite one was when he made an idiot sandwich.
That was a funny moment.
Take it from-
I
And then,
remember
What a
that
legend.
tutorial.
and then Kill
What
and
a-
Peele took it a step forward.
I fucking love that one,
Dude,
dude.
that skit,
Yeah.
dude, that skit
That's
was
a good one.
golden. That skit was fucking great. Unfortunately, you know, and I hate to tell you this, but you are moving to the next phase because yeah, like it was just like that like was like great. Kill and Peel will
Like, I'd
be
like to say that your dish is astounding. Astoundingly
astoundingly
dreadful. Astoundingly dreadful that I don't have it right now. So that I can throw it away. Like, it was just like,
that old switcheroo.
yeah. It was great.
So, how about them Dodgers?
Speaking of Dodgers, what about that contract from Patrick Mahomes?
Speaking of Mahomes, dude.
I
A little too
I still
obsessive,
have a
no?
question. Okay, so I was driving home today.
As most people do.
Okay, I get
Don't do it
that
fast
that
enough.
I get that good old doo-doo-doo on my phone. I see because I had it sideways. All I managed to see was Patrick Mahomes signs a 10-year right, and that's it. And I was like, 10-year 10-year with what? With like Adidas, like Nike, like what do you mean 10 years? And I pulled over, I looked at it, 10-year contract with the Chiefs. In football, that's unheard of.
That's a lot.
Unheard of. But nobody does a 10-year contract. That's some baseball shit right there.
Just because injuries, people get hurt, like you don't think they're gonna last
And I
that
mean,
long.
like, yeah, normally in football, you do 1 to 5-year contracts. 5 years, pretty much the most you'll go.
Mhm.
And the main thing is because people's salaries keep going up, everyone wants to be the highest paid in their position. If, like, let's say you're a receiver and you're the best receiver in the league, or you're one of the best receivers in the league, when you get a new contract, you're going to be the highest paid receiver. You would want something between 3 to 5 years, because at the end of that contract, assuming you're still good, you'll be able to be the new highest paid receiver, because by the time that contract is over, the highest paid receiver amount will be going up, 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 up. So what used to be the highest paid receiver at, like, let's say $20 million a year,
Mhm.
after 3 years, the new highest paid receiver is like 35 million. So now you're like, okay, so my new contract will be more than 35. That's
Mhm.
typically how you do it.
Wait, a little
So-
financial breakdown for me. So how is the team getting the money to pay? Is it usually like because of the owner, like he's the one putting that money, or like
Well,
who's
there's
paying?
shareholders,
There's a lot of logistics that go
majority
into
and
it.
minority
So
owners.
so the reason, like after the 5 years, you would want to, or you will get more money is because now you're worth more, or the team is worth more.
Both.
Both. So now, and
Because
there's
the
just more
salary cap
money.
will go up. Yeah.
And I think there's also more revenue going into the NFL as a whole, so that just it makes for a better economy within the teams.
And
There's more
as
revenue to be made.
every year they're increasing the salary cap so they can
That's
pay
crazy.
players more money. Which is why something like a 10-year contract is fucking like, what the fuck?
I feel like
Because you never do that in football.
I feel like football has to be one of those sports that is very well paid because they take a lot of punishment. Like imagine like a 250-pound man just going full clip at each other with armor. That's some medieval shit right there.
But it depends what position you're in.
Yeah, some people get more punishment than others.
Because obviously the highest paid is the QB, without a doubt, highest paid. One of the lowest paid is the running back, which sucks because the running back's the one that's almost always getting hit.
Yeah,
The big boys.
But they get paid the least because they get injured. They could get injured very easily, so they tend not to pay them much. QBs, I mean, if there was anyone who would get a 10-year contract, it would be the quarterback because likely he would actually be there 10 years.
Like Brady, no?
Because I mean, Tom Brady is like 42 or some shit.
Yeah, he's a veteran.
Yeah, so like if there's any position that you would pay for that long, it would be the quarterback. But like, it's still new. At the time of recording, he just signed it this morning. And there's still more and more information coming out. Like originally it was like 400 million, then 450 million, and now it's 500 503 million. And it's like they said some shit that I don't know what it means. It said 47 million guaranteed mechanisms. I don't know what guaranteed mechanisms is. And I did a quick search and that particular phrase never comes up. It's always like guarantees or mechanisms, but the term guaranteed mechanisms, like I couldn't find what exactly that meant.
So what would a regular just mechanism like to signify? Like what is a?
I don't know, dude. Like they don't use that term in any of the contracts I've seen. Usually the real the real number you want to know is how much is guaranteed. Because you can have a 5-year fucking $160 million contract, but they can cut you after 2 years. So you wanna be able to have a guarantee amount of the bag, which sounds like he has. Like he can just play this contract and retire. He's done.
Oh look! I found something. It says, "What is the guarantee mechanism?" Basically, the team guarantees Patrick Mahomes a salary a year out. And if they don't pick up each guarantee, they have to cut him, and in parentheses, to avoid picking up the future guarantee. And then a comment says, so he's fully guaranteed as long he isn't cut. Am I reading this correctly? Fucking Christ. And then someone replies, and if he's cut, that essentially have around 47 millions in dead cap for that season, in parentheses, if I'm interpreting correctly, in parentheses, and it's not likely that they can trade him to dump his contract because there's not a trade clause. So it's pretty much 477 million guaranteed unless he suffers a career-ending injury.
So if he can't pull like, wasn't there a quarterback who was like injured but like
yes,
he's still getting paid?
Well, there was a baseball guy, no, who finessed
finessed
like a gang of money.
Bobby Bonilla.
There you go. Your boy, no?
That dude has the life, dude. He gets a milli to not do a single fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
For how many more years?
Something like 10, I think.
Must be nice. 10 easy mil, bro.
I mean, assuming he's not stupid with it.
Mhm.
If he lives a normal life, he's set.
Okay, so then how can Patrick Mahomes like finesse this where he can like pull like a ninja with mixer
Well,
and like
I don't know. You'd have to like read the contract.
and just see
Yeah.
like all the
Just see what. There's got to be a loophole somewhere. I'm assuming.
yeah. Because the thing
Um,
with the whole mixer ninja was because the guaranteed or there's a thing where the mixer couldn't uh keep what they guaranteed, and that was a platform for them to stream on, but since the platform is closed, like they can execute what they guaranteed, so they get all the money. So I was like, okay, with Patrick Mahomes, so like what if they traded him, like well, or like if
I don't think they can.
like,
Can they?
No,
or
they said that
like
there's not a trade
what would
clause.
be something that the actual team can't like guarantee to him that like he that will make him like be able to just like take the money.
Maybe they looked at like maybe I don't know. This is just speculation, but maybe they did look at the Shroud Ninja thing, and not that the NFL's gonna go away anytime soon, or that the his team is gonna go away, but maybe they saw that case as a recent thing and being like, holy shit, these kids just finessed all this money from a company.
Let's make sure.
Let's
like,
make
our-
sure let's make sure that we can secure a good player, but we also don't fuck ourselves out of all this money, because that's a lot of money to lose if your QB, like let's say Patrick, like he goes out in the field this year and just let's hope not, like he just gets rocked, and then like that's it. Like maybe he gets some like brain injury, or maybe like his shoulder is never the same, or maybe his knee gets fucked up and he can't play the same. That the team is fully out of 477 million apparently right now. So it's just I kind of, it makes sense, the word mechanism. It's like by like the way I'm thinking of it is like a gear, you know, those gears that go but get stuck,
Mhm.
kind of like that. So like we take it a year, can't go back, take it a year, can't go back, take it a year, can't go back, and then that's it. Like you're stuck. If he gets injured that year, then that's it. They just that's as much as we paid you, and you can't move forward.
But that's interesting because I think that's every contract. After a certain date, the contract becomes guaranteed.
Right.
So
Maybe-
that's why the term guarantee mechanism is interesting.
Yeah.
So there has to be something that's like
Like, what's
made
the
them put
difference?
it-
And I
yeah.
like how there's a big ass discussion, but yet nobody really knows what it
Yeah.
means. Everyone's just kind of like floating around the idea. But I'm like, can we get someone to fully like definitively explain what it is?
Mhm.
Which I at least not yet. I'm pretty sure tomorrow ESPN is gonna be dissecting this shit if they haven't already.
Yeah. So I saw that he's like now the either the richest or the most
He has the
wealthiest-
richest deal.
the richest deal. But then will that make him still the richest like athlete?
If he
I-
goes through with the 10 years, yes, because apparently like his contract is 2 years guaranteed.
Because I saw that like Ronaldo's the richest like athlete because he has like only like say like a $50 million contract, but his endorsements is like worth 100 million. So like
No,
it's-
that's the difference. Is he has the money.
right
Patrick Mahomes just has the richest deal.
deal. But
He
then
doesn't have the
eventually-
money yet.
Yeah, but when he gets all the money, like
In terms of money, I think it's still Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd is like at 600 million, something like that.
I think Ronaldo's at billions.
Let me see. Rich.
I think
uh,
Ronaldo
No, because,
is
like-
at billions.
Basically, as I understood it, is Patrick Mahomes has the highest, the richest contract, like the best, the highest paying contract.
Ever
He is not the highest paid
athlete.
athlete or is the richest athlete. He just has the best contract.
Yeah. So you think this contract will make him now get more endorsements. Like, look at this
Oh,
guy.
easy.
Like,
If he hasn't already, I mean,
yeah.
he's already an MVP and a Super Bowl champion.
So you think he could like make his way to become like if he like plays it right, like becomes like brands himself like as
Dude,
this
he
kid.
could be like a Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
The way he's going, I mean, he's already got a Super Bowl and he's 3 years in.
yeah.
He already has an MVP. So technically, he's already achieved what so many players are still like looking for, and they retire never getting. He's already got
that's
it.
crazy.
It's kind of like in the NBA, that Patrick McCaw guy. He already has 3 NBA titles,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I,
he's in his
Or,
4th year.
The White Mamba.
I found the list, but I don't know.
For the rich.
It says the 20 richest athletes in the world, and then it says these figures have been compiled from Forbes and Celebrity Net Worth.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 is Vince McMahon. Net worth 2.2 billion.
Maybe
I
just
believe
because he owns.
I believe his money is paper money. If
he
it's
actually,
like value rather than actual physical currency.
Yes, and then the next one is Ian Teriak, Romanian former professional tennis and ice hockey player. And then number 3, he is at 2 billion. And then number 3 is Michael Jordan at 1.9. And then 4 is Tiger Woods at 800 million. And then Michael Schumacher, German race car driver for the Formula 1, 600 million.
Mhm.
Magic Johnson, 600 million. Roger Staubach, former American football quarterback for the Cowboys, 600 million. Floyd Mayweather, 565 million. Kobe Bryant, 500 million. LeBron James, 480 million. Eddie Jordan is an Irish former race car driver, motorsports. Just car driver, car guy. 12 Cristiano Ronaldo, 460 million. David Beckham, 450. Roger Federer, the tennis guy, 450 million. Bud Selig, 400 million. 16 Michael Buffer, 400 million.
Wait, what is this?
Michael
Is
Buffer,
this
the UFC
the
guy.
announcer?
The
Yeah,
announcer.
The It's Time guy.
Oh, really, bro?
Yeah.
Just for announcing, he's
400 million, bro.
Wow, dude. He finessed the game, dude.
Yeah.
He literally just says like names and then like where they're from and how much they weigh.
He's the let's get ready to rumble guy.
Oh, that's the boxing guy.
Yeah, the boxing guy, not
the
UFC guy.
Bruce
not the UFC
Buffer
guy.
is the other one, right?
Yes.
Is that his son? Is they related?
I think they're brothers, not sons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Wait,
one of them does
is-
boxing, the other one does UFC.
Is this list like the money they made by just being an athlete? Like how much they get paid to play their sport?
No, I
It's-
think
it
it's
seems like
together.
it's net
Everything.
worth.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything that came as a result of their profession.
And
Then
then
look up a list of just like pay to play, like
Alright.
like the contracts, like
all right, let me see.
Mahomes.
because then I saw like the highest paid athletes or contract wise was like it's Mahomes, and then there's the Trout, and then there was Russell
Canelo.
Westbrook. Okay. Oh yeah, Canelo was a good one, and then Russell Westbrook was the highest paid or the highest
Ooh.
valued contract in basketball.
Here we go. There's a lot.
Uh-huh.
God damn, there's a lot. How far do you guys want to go? Top 10, top 20, top 50, top 100?
Top
Top
5.
10.
Let's go top 10. All right. Number 1.
Can I guess who's number 1?
Yeah, take a guess.
I want to say it's Ronaldo.
Wait,
Well, I guess it's just-
what's the prompt? What's the ranking?
Largest
Like for
largest sports contracts.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, is this like recent? How recent is this?
Yeah, it's very much updated.
Okay, then obviously it would be Mahomes, the number 1. Right?
Yes. Number 1
Okay.
is Patrick Mahomes from the Chiefs football. Number 2,
500
Mike Trout.
million, whatever. Yeah.
Trout.
Oh yeah.
And then
I'll read out also the values. Hold on. Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs, American football, 503 million.
Wait. I think I remember seeing. I think I saw it like on IG. It was Mahomes, Trout, Canelo. I think it was like two more baseball players, and then like a racer, no, a race car driver or some shit, something like that.
Let me see.
I think Bryce Harper's on there.
The net. Okay, so
You can go in order, but I think I remember seeing it.
I'm going in order, but no, the closest car driver auto racing in the list is number 57.
Oh, then I don't remember what it was because I don't remember. I didn't recognize the name, so maybe that's why I don't remember what he is.
Okay, number 1, Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs, American football, 10 years, 503 million. Mike Trout, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, baseball, 12 years, 426 million. Canelo Alvarez, boxing, 5 years, 365 million, and that's the contract with the Zone. 4 is Bryce Harper from the Phillies, baseball, 13 years, 330 million. Giancarlo Stanton, Miami Marlins, 13 years, 325 million.
What is it?
Huh? Baseball?
Oh, baseball player?
For the Marlins.
Oh, that's
Well, he's
right.
with the Yankees.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the contract he got with the Marlins.
Garrett Cole, New York Yankees, baseball, 9 years, 324 million. Number 7, Manny Machado, San Diego Padres.
That's right. It was big
that
too.
bastard trader. Baseball, 10 years, 300 million. Alex Rodriguez, New York Yankees, and it has a little asterisk. I'll go back to the asterisk and see what
I think
it
just
means.
because he's retired, no? He's probably retired already.
Might be. Baseball, 10 years, 275 million. Nolan Arenado, Colorado Rockies, baseball, 8 years, 260 million. And last but not least, top 10, number 10, Alex Rodriguez, Texas Rangers, baseball, 10 years, 252 million. That's a lot of cheddar.
Look at one thing that I noticed right out of the gate. There's a lot of baseball players.
I don't know. You don't think? I guess it's the America's oldest sport, right?
No,
So you
well,
think
Yeah.
they
but
had all
here's
this time to like make all this money?
but I mean, there's always conversations that baseball's dead,
Yeah.
that baseball isn't making the same amount of money, that like the general like just like ticket sales and shit like during the regular seasons aren't as high.
Mhm.
And you can nod your head, but like like say we're in a different spot because we're with the Dodgers. We're in Dodger land. Dodgers is very much popular, and a lot of other teams that they don't have that same. If you're not like the Padres, or a Cubs fan, or a Yankees fan, or the bullshit Astros, like if you're like a
An
fucking
Orioles fan? Like an Orioles fan?
like there's some franchises that are not popping.
Yeah.
Like the
Um,
A's?
that they're just kind of there. They're filling a roster spot. The Pittsburgh Pirates
Yeah.
are just like they're garbage. But you think like out of all the contracts or out of all the sports, like really baseball, you would think like right now, especially right now, like say something like the NBA. But I do think it's because it might be because of like the length in those baseball contracts.
Yeah. I think it's
Because
also
they're so long.
they also have like old money. Like these old white rich people from back in the day when baseball was popping, like there's still money being invested in it. So I think they still have like money from back then where like these news like football like it's more like now like basketball it's getting like now crazier and crazier. But I think baseball has that old money.
Yeah, because baseball has been around for longer,
Right.
so there's that much more money in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't disagree with that. The like
I don't
you don't buy it.
I don't
because
buy
it's an
that
old-
it's old money.
I
I feel like there's legacy, but I don't think that.
I just think
I don't know where the money's coming from, but like I don't think it's just old money.
Well, at least for me, I don't think that it's that old money that it's still being circulated to now. I think that because it is an old sport, it has a lot of history behind it. There's a lot of people more inclined to invest into it. Make sense? I think like what you said, that there's a lot of people that don't think that baseball's popping, but in reality, if you look like at the stadiums, they get filled. Like you said,
Postseason, not regular season.
I
And
mean,
again,
I've
we're in a
even
different
Dodgers.
spot because we're with the
true,
Dodgers.
true. We're in the
But even Dodger Stadium, sometimes like I'm on that SeatGeek and there's like free tickets because like it's so empty.
And like right now, what baseball's going through, baseball's going through some tough shit. And like it's even been said that like their attendance numbers are low. Um, I mean, it's on them because they like, especially like watching through TV. It's like, how hard is it to watch the Dodgers on TV? Like, how do you get it? Time Warner cable, and that's it. Like, if you don't have that specific cable, you're not gonna see them.
Also, the season's long, dude.
There's long seasons.
They should cut like the
A
season.
lot of the games you could say don't feel as impactful because there's so many.
Yeah, because
Like,
sometimes they could be playing like the same like a series, just like the Dodgers and Angels. Like they played three
Like
games,
4 games in a
week.
row.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like, for
that's not
example,
necessary.
like in football, you get 16 games, and one game could be the difference between you making it to the playoffs and you missing. In baseball, there's a much wider margin, so people have made the argument that it's like less impactful. Like you can go on really any day. You don't have to go on any specific days. Especially right now when we're so like they've been saying like society wise, we're more like short attention span, which is why something like basketball is so popular because it's just constant points, 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 points. Baseball is a lot slower game, so it's not as popping. It's not like it's like the money isn't like soup. Like I don't know where it's coming from. I legitimately don't know because all I've heard is that like baseball's in trouble.
I do agree with that point that I think that it is a dying sport, but I also do think that the money is coming from like I said, it's an old sport, and then you have a lot of old people in this country who grew up with baseball, and maybe not even that old. Like I have a lot of friends who are in their 30s who grew up in that baseball culture. So I do think it's a dying sport. I think what you said is pretty valid, that it is in trouble, and like who knows where their money is coming from now. But I think that they were able to sustain themselves because they had that legacy, and a lot of people grew up in it. I don't know if baseball's gonna be alive in 10, 20 years. But I do think that at least this far, it's made it through like its legacy, because it's the oldest American
So it's
sport.
just investors.
Yeah.
It's just you just have rich people.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by like I didn't buy the old money concept. It's just uh there's more people investing, I guess, and honestly, it's probably the only thing that's keeping it afloat.
Probably.
That's why something like those contracts seem so like. If baseball's in trouble, then why the fuck? How are these big ass contracts being happening? Like, how are these things happening?
Because that's a lot of money. That's a
for
fuckload
like
of
for a
money.
league that's supposed to be in trouble. That's weird. But whatever. I mean, I guess it is what it is. And again, I think a lot of those contracts is because they're like 10-year contracts. 10, 12, 13-year contracts, and like I think if like in basketball you had 10-year contracts, I think you'd see a lot more basketball contracts on there because they tend to be shorter. They tend to be like 3 to 5 years.
So are those more valued than like the longer ones? Because you're getting like say 500 for 12 years or like 200 for like 3 years.
I think so.
The shorter one, right? Should be like more
depends.
valuable.
It depends.
I think
It depends
on
how
the
you want
sport.
to see it. because, like, if you have the long contract, and assuming you're like in Bryce Harper situation where it's like, I can't be released, I can't be traded. I'm gonna be spending the next 13 years in Philadelphia, regardless of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be here. My rights are gonna be here. My money's coming from here, and there's no way I can get out of this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the security that you're getting all this money. If you have shorter contracts, I think you're more likely to get more bites at the apple, get a bigger contracts as you go. But say you're like in DeMarcus Cousins' case, one Achilles tear and you're at like veteran minimums.
Yeah.
He took the chance of like trying to get a bigger deal, and it backfired completely. So it's a given. It's like a risk. Do you want a longer, more secure contract? Or are you willing to go for a shorter contract with the possibility of getting more money in the long run?
Mm-hmm.
And I also really think it really depends on the sport, because like you guys said, that Patrick got a 10-year contract in the NFL seems kind of like crazy because of the injury factor. Now the QB is like the person that would get injured the least, but they can get injured nonetheless. With basketball, the contracts aren't as long because there is a lot of risk of injury. Like you're a more injury prone you're more injury prone in that sport. So I guess they do value you more because you can get more injured, so they give you a lot more money in a shorter amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, in basketball, you have to be more athletic.
Yeah.
In football, the players that are usually playing the longest are QBs and kickers.
The slim boys.
Right? They're the ones who are usually the old cats. They're the 40-year-olds. In the NBA, it's hard to do. I mean, like, Vince Carter is like, it's just Vince Carter. There's no other Vince Carters.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're calling LeBron old, and he's like, what, 34, 35?
Yeah.
He's like, everyone's like, he shouldn't be playing the way he's playing. Like, LeBron James is a different beast. But in the NBA, it's because it's more physical. I'm assuming that there's probably not as much room for older players who can't go as much. Unless you get like a Jared Dudley deal and you're playing like 1 minute and that's it.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good note to end it on.
Jared,
we're talking about people making millions of dollars, something that we're never gonna touch.
Hey, like,
maybe we could touch it, but like,
never say never. You never know what can happen. You could win the lottery, and then you'd go on a cocaine frenzy and maybe lose it all, but you might be able to touch that much money.
you could.
Or you can spend years playing the lottery and only get $40 at most.
Or that.
You could get a sugar mama, and then she suspiciously disappears, and then you get left with the will.
I mean, if she's a sugar mama, I'm pretty sure she'll probably just die.
Exactly.
Natural causes. I don't think you got to take care of her.
I mean, how fast do you want the millions, dude?
I mean, how suspicious are you gonna be? Like, what? You date her for a week and she just fucking keels over, and they're not gonna look at you funny?
I don't know. I mean, the logistics are up to you. So.
All right.
Oh, is that how you think it works?
And we
will continue this next time
And with Yuli's master plan, we will end it here. We've been at it for an hour and 33 minutes. We want to hear more about that master plan on the next podcast.
I am fully intrigued as to what hearing your recent schemes.
Yes.
I am intrigued to hear what this is about.
I be scheming, dude.
He
Call
be
me
lurking.
Ed and Eddie, dude, because I have the schemes.
Anyway,
Do they have schemes?
What was it that they made?
I don't know, but all I know is that you gotta make sure that you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, you give us a like, leave a comment down below letting us know why you hated this podcast. You can follow on our socials at JZProds, at King_Yuli, at No Soul _. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Got Better Things to Do. And we will see you next time. Bye bye. We be scheming and shit.
It was schemes, right? That they made. Like that was like every episode. Like Eddie.
I don't remember if that's what they call them, but you might be right.
What would another
It's possible.
scheming?
All right, we'll see you next time.
Schemity.
Bye bye.